JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, one Don gang member overjoyed with slap on the wrist sentence. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. A member of the One Don gang was on Monday sentenced to 18 months in prison for being a member of the much-feared St. Catherine-based criminal organization is overjoyed with a seemingly light sentence. Lamar Simpson was found guilty of being a member of a criminal organization on March 8, and the maximum sentence for membership of a gang is 20 years.
Right, so this takes us now to Mr. Lamar Simpson. Yes, Mr. Simpson was convicted after a contested trial on the sole count of membership of a criminal organization. Now, Mr. Simpson, based upon the evidence, was part of the group that went in search of someone called ICE. That was count 25, and we have already noted that that count failed for a technical legal point, but the court had decided that the evidence was still of value to demonstrate that Mr. Simpson was part of a criminal organization. And this is a trip now that originated in Spanish Town and ended at Uwerton, and the target wasn't found, so the group returned. So what this evidence showed was that Mr. Simpson was part and parcel of this group that made this trip in search of ICE. There were weapons described as firearms that were taken on this trip, and so those are the relevant facts for the purposes of sentencing. Now, there is nothing to indicate that Mr. Simpson was party to any shooting or arson or anything of that nature. And in this particular trip, no acts of violence occurred. And so in determining the starting point for Mr. Simpson, all those factors will have to be borne in mind. Now, to willingly lend yourself to go in search of a person and the circumstances indicated that they're looking for this person to kill him has to be taken seriously. And so there also has to be a distinction in the starting point where there is no evidence that Mr. Simpson or the group shot at or did anything to carry out their purpose. They went in search, the person wasn't found. So the starting point then for Mr. Simpson would be 10 years, since to voluntarily align yourself with such an organization is always a serious matter. No aggravating circumstances to increase the starting point. In terms of mitigating factors, has no previous convictions and no indication that this is an escalation. I suppose that inevitably follows from no previous convictions. So, the social inquiry report from Mr. Simpson indicates that he enjoyed his youth engaging in the usual activities that young men engage in, sports. His mother ensured that he was a regular attendee at a church located at Yonge Street, and his mother quickly recognized that he wasn't the kind of child who was going to see the education process through to CXC or CSEC. So she made the decision to have him enrolled in a skills training program to become a mason. Apparently he started the program, and then when he received early employment, he did not return to complete his certification. He became a father at approximately age 18 years, and contact was made with the mother of his child, who had the highest of praises for him, described him as the best man that she has ever had. She even described him as decent, hardworking, clean, responsible, and family-oriented. The one problem that she had with him is not really relevant for current purposes, and that's a matter between himself and the mother of his child. But she speaks highly of him. His mother indicates that he's a jovial, responsible, and family-oriented young man, enjoys a good relationship with his mother. She says that he loves to work and takes pride in caring for his children. As far as the community report is concerned, this is at Oxford Street. They say as far as he is concerned, they describe him as sociable, worked hard to care for his sons. They said that his current circumstances is unfortunate. And as far as they are concerned, he's not a member of any gang. And they say that if he is guilty, it must be by virtue of guilt by association. And they are asking for him to be released immediately or the minimum sentence be imposed. So what all of this is saying is that Mr. Simpson is not seen by members of the community as a threat to them. So both the persons within his family, that is the girlfriend and his mom, and the report from the community members are consistent. And in the absence of any additional information to suggest otherwise, these are things that should count in his favor. So what our starting point was, what was it now, 10 years? So these things now, I think, would reduce his time by 4 years down to 6. And he has been in custody 4 years and 6 months. So 4 from 6, that's what? 2. And then 6 months, that's 1 year and 6 months. So yes, Mr. Simpson, yes sir, the sentence on count 2 is 1 year and 6 months. That's 18 months. So that's it, sir. Yes.
Reacting to the sentence, Attorney at Law Keith Bishop said, "Our client is extremely pleased and we're happy that the judge in our view did the right thing and applied the law with respect to the mitigating and aggravating factors and what we think was an appropriate starting point. So I think the judge followed the law correctly and we're very happy with the outcome." I spoke with Mr. Simpson and he's very pleased with the sentence. He thinks the court made the right decision and we're in agreement, said Jonoy Pinnock, who also represented Simpson. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.